We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Hi, it's Nick here. Do you know how many strokes your slice is costing you? Off the tee, on approach, boom, front right bunker. An 83 quickly becomes a 92. Here's the fix. It's not the driver, it's not the ball, it's the shoes. Squares can help your score by providing better balance and stability. What are you waiting for? Get a pair. Change your shoes, change your game with Squares, the distance golf shoe.
And welcome into our pickleball segment, In the Kitchen Pickleball Talk with the wisest man in pickleball, Greg Wise, ladies and gentlemen. And before we get to things, I just want to tell you about an event that's going to be taking place. Listen, if you're a pickleball freak and you love to play pickleball, tournaments, clinics, vendors, education, it's all happening in Kansas City, Missouri, August 8th through the 11th, 2024. They're going to have tournaments, camps, clinics, everything pickleball at the PickleCon in 2024, Kansas City, Missouri. Hello! You might see Big's Golf Talk there and our pickleball segment. And it's actually going to be a whole pickleball show if we're there live on Media Row. So looking forward to that. Stay tuned for more details about that. Will you see Big John Quick, Bill the Golf Father Cuevas, and the wisest man in pickleball in Kansas City, Missouri? Or Missouri?
You can't forget the better looking part of that dynamic duo.
Mama.
The wisest woman in pickleball.
Yes.
Where one goes, the other one goes. So it'll be interesting to have all four.
Yeah, they're just like melded to the hips. I mean,
absolutely.
Siamese twins.
As a matter of fact, I think Greg right now is wearing her hat.
Hey, don't pick on my hat.
I like that hat. I actually like that hat a lot. That fits your personality.
I'll tell you what, we go play golf everywhere and we go play pickleball everywhere, and our paddles go with us in our golf bags. So you play golf during the light, sun's up, sun goes down, you turn on the lights and you play pickleball. What could be better than that?
Or check this out, Greg. I don't know if you had a chance to see the show that I interviewed Alyssa with, or we actually interviewed. You were there too, Bill. But over 100 courts are going to be there. Can you imagine that? 100 courts under one roof.
And that doesn't include all the vendors on the top. There's over, I think, 70 to 80 right now, and they're still growing. So it's going to be interesting to make lots and lots of connections there.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun thing to go to. But interestingly enough, down in Naples, pickleball is so strong that they have one complex with 50 courts going all the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet.
It's amazing.
And by the way, if you're out there and you're a pickleball company, you're looking to sponsor, we're looking for a main sponsor for this segment, In the Kitchen Pickleball Talk. I have my Paddle Tech. And by the way, Paddle Tech is going to be carrying Squares pickleball shoes. So Squares is coming out with pickleball shoes, and Paddle Tech's going to be carrying those. So look out for those as well.
Lots of interesting.
It's really interesting you picked up that Paddle Tech rack paddle, because
you almost called it a racket.
I almost broke. I swore I wasn't going to do it. I was playing a Celtic sort of entry level paddle for quite a while. And I brought my paddle home from Paddle Tech and played it the other day. And Bev and I both looked at each other and said, something's different. And it's so much of a different paddle. It's, I guess, in the terms of golf that I know best, it's like playing in a 1967 McGregor tourney irons that are so unforgiving that you got to hit the sweet spot every time. And picking up the Paddle Tech paddle, it was like going to Tour Edge, most forgiving club they have, because everything hits so sweet and so solid. So I took the attitude that I'm now going to play the entry level paddle for practice. And then switch to the tournament play that I'm going to do Tuesday.
That's the new one that you got, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, I have
like this one, or is it more advanced?
His is a little more advanced.
Mine is the next level up. Yours is about a 16 gram. Mine's a 14 gram for more of a quick play.
Okay.
But it's like unbelievable. If you started out with an entry level paddle and then you moved to something like that,
Bill,
oh my goodness, what a difference.
That's what I got. We all got the mid level, but Greg was there. He's the only one that got
the lighter one.
Yeah, he's the only one out of everybody that got that 14. I think that's what it was called, the 14.
14 gram.
And I think it's a little bit slender than the rest. I mean, for the most part, they're almost all the same, but his is 14. I know Bev got a 16. And then we got those are, I believe they're all 16s that we got. So
they're all good quality paddles, but the one that they gave me, it was like, whoa, what a difference. And hers is pretty much the same, just a few grams heavier. But she loves it. She loves it.
I
almost lost the other day to my wife. That was going to be a very bad day.
Honestly,
bad
that
day
would be a good day.
Maybe for you, but not for her.
That would have been a good day.
That would have been a good day because then everything with her being happy, a happy wife is a happy life.
That's what they say.
After 50 years, you should know better. You have to let her win every now and then. I mean, that's a must. Pretend you fell down, you can't get up, something to let them win.
After we warmed up, I sent her in to play with these other three ladies that were waiting for a fourth to show up last night. And the lady started adjusting her, and I said, well, just let it go. And she came back after the game. She played with the three lady, and she was hitting it so much better. And I decided at that point, keep my mouth shut. I can teach golf. I'm not sure I want to teach her how to play pickleball. So happy life.
That's a lot. That's a lot to understand because you guys been doing it together, and to release that, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, well, we're all going to be protective of, especially because we know there's a lot of people out there that are really good instructors, but she benefited from that. So now she's really going to whip you. And now you're going to hate that lady
came across the bow was out to the corner, and I couldn't get it, and it was like, damn it.
You see?
Can I say that?
Yeah, that's okay. One thing I want to talk about is in a group. I belong to several Facebook groups regarding pickleball, senior pickleball group, and all that. But
you're not old enough for senior pickleball. I'm old enough for senior.
Actually, I am because senior pickleball starts at 50.
Oh, okay.
You're super senior.
You're super. You're senior plus.
Yeah. I see that finger.
Read between the lines.
Read between the lines, my man.
No, that just takes 3.
That just took 3. There you go.
So one thing that I noticed is sometimes when people are paired up with another person to play doubles, that we are seeing or I'm reading a lot on people crossing over and taking, if they're playing a one-person team instead of playing two-people team. Greg, What is the proper etiquette when you're playing two-person team when it comes to pickleball, as far as someone coming in your area? I mean, is there a proper etiquette that should take place before they come in that area? Is that something you talk about before the game starts? How does that work?
Okay, you're playing 4 people on the court?
Yeah.
I play it that if the ball is coming from the right side of the court, or what would be my left side of the court, I'm going to let the person closest to that ball retrieve it if it comes in the middle. Okay. Same thing if it goes to the opposite side, that player should be looking at poaching at the net, but he's got to also cover the side, just the side of the court.
Right.
So anybody coming across the court is going to be the closest one to it's going to retrieve it. If they miss it, I'm there as a backup.
I mean, because I got to imagine, I don't know if this happens a lot, where someone, if the ball is dinked, hey, look at me using a term. If the ball is dinked, that 2 people are running at it at the same time and collide with each other. Or, I mean, I guess if you play with each other regularly, you read each other. But if you don't play with each other regularly, I mean, I'm just confused on how does that work where you're not offending the person you're playing with.
Well, if you turn and he's already turned or she's already turned, leave her alone. Like the first one to turn to go after the ball, leave him alone. But you can see a struggle to make a turn. And if you're quick enough, you go after the ball anyway. I had a lady that I was playing with the other day, and she went to do a smash and she missed it completely. And I was already behind her and actually got it back around her. And they were laughing because the opponents were laughing because she missed it as they watched the ball come across the net at them because I had hit it back. So it's like, you just have to play that side of who's got the quickest response time to get to that ball.
Also a good thing, like if you're playing with 2 righties, somebody's going to cover your left a lot better than your left hand, unless you're going to have to go crossbody on it. So if you have 2 right-handed players, you would probably let the guy to the person from the left side. And one thing that
I feel, so I've already played once. One thing I noticed that I don't have a problem switching hands.
No, a lot of people don't.
One hand or the other. And I was like, wow.
Thank you.
Yeah,
what
when we played when Bill was in Florida, he was switching hands, hitting it back the other way. It's like, I have a good enough backhand that I don't have any problem with switching hands because I'll get to the ball. Mm-hmm. That's the days of playing tennis where you didn't have a choice.
So you kind of just use a backhand return, then switch the hand and go forearm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't do a 2-hand backhand. I cannot get to that.
Okay.
It's just one of those things,
I think as the speed increases and you develop more in the game, the backhands are going to be okay.
Yeah.
But I always played everything, both sides, baseball, both sides of the plate, paddleball, switched hands. Everything was lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty. So playing that, it just happened. It wasn't like I was my brain just took over and said, okay, switch. I don't know if it's a mind thing, like, oh, less work, but I'm sure I can work on that backswing.
I was also watching on Pickleball TV, by the way. Great concept and great things to learn from, and also how to play pickleball. And there's a website for it. But one thing that I'm seeing too is people giving signals behind their back, just like tennis.
Yeah. It's whether you want to be deep to the ball. Of course, the only difference is that ball has to bounce on the server side before they can retrieve it. Mm-hmm. So the receiver side is basically, how do you drive it left or right? Yeah. So he knows how to react to what's coming back behind him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know what this signal is?
I don't like the court either.
No, it's actually middle. I mean, it's a real signal that I'm going to stay around the middle.
Well, there goes our next project for next week. Hand signals.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it. We got to get the hand
behind the back. If you go like this,
yeah,
you're staying one way. If you go like this, it's the middle. If you go the other way, it's the other way. So, and like there's a fist thing, or open hand.
Are we still talking about pickleball?
Yeah,
yes.
it almost sounded like sexual there. So I was trying. Where's he going with this?
Last night I heard the funniest comment, and it was over the fact that you can actually stand in the no volley zone in the kitchen. Yeah. You can be in the kitchen. Do not touch the ball. And it's a rule. You can actually stand in the pickleball, the no volley area known as the kitchen, as long as you don't touch the ball before it touches the ground. So you can't stand up there and smash. And this guy was being very livid. And this one lady that I was close to said, "He who knows the least often knows the loudest." And I went, that covers so many sports. Yeah, exactly. But it was such a comment that you actually can stand in the pickleball in the no volley zone.
Yeah.
But you cannot touch that ball until it hits the ground. So, but the other side of it is if you hit the ball and your momentum takes you into the kitchen, it's a fault. So
if you hit the ball and your momentum takes you, so that's a fault.
That's a fault.
Wow.
But you can step into the kitchen and stand there as long as you don't hit the ball or you don't get hit by the ball.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. What happens if you get hit by the ball? Because if I see you standing in the kitchen,
that's their point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do?
Smash into somebody?
I'm smashing it right at you. I'm going right at you. Yeah,
no kidding.
Yeah, because that does. I mean, you take a chance. You just got to hope that somebody isn't that good enough to come back at you.
Well, especially if somebody just dinks it and it's right there, like over the line, bounces over the line, and they're standing there in the kitchen.
You can't touch it.
Yeah,
you can't hit it while you're in the kitchen, right?
No, but if you're up, so you got one up and you got one back. So you got one on the line of the kitchen, but not in the kitchen, and the other team dinks it, and once it bounces, boom, right, the person in the kitchen.
Well, they just better duck or hit the ground because that's not the only thing that's going to save them.
You almost make yourself useless if you stand in there, though.
Well, if you go after a dink and let's say you lose your balance, you can stand there while the dink still comes back. And as long as it hits the ground, then you could take it from there.
Gotcha. But you can't hit the ball while you're in the kitchen.
That's a good
as long as it hits the ground.
You know what? That's a great name for a podcast too. The Dinkers.
Just the Dinkers.
Just dinking around with you.
Yeah, dinking around. There you go.
3 dinkers and a ball.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my! Well, wow. I can't believe time has already flown by. Holy cow!
Time's flown.
But PickleCon 2024 happening in Kansas City, Missouri, and stay tuned for more details. If BGT and In the Kitchen Pickleball Talk will be there live in person. And you know what? Hey, maybe somebody can challenge us.
Challenge who?
You.
I'll bring some T-shirts as a consolation prize.
There you go.
All right, folks, that does it for us here on Big's Golf Talk and In the Kitchen Pickleball Talk on the Ignite Golf Network for the wisest man in pickleball and the wisest man in golf, Greg Wise. For the wisest woman in pickleball and golf, Beverly Wise. He's Bill Cuevas, the golf father. For Amanda, the golf diva censor, I'm Big John Quick. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next time, everybody, God bless.
Oh, I jumped the gun. Sorry. God bless. And you matter.